Welcome to Seniors on the Move. We have a very interesting subject for you today. We're going to talk about WISE. Have you heard of it? Worcester Institution for Senior Education. How long has it been around anyway? How long have we, since when you first started? Would you have a number on that?
So WISE has been around since 1993.
93?
Yes.
It sounds right.
Yes.
I am going to read Becki Perry's biographical sketch here as her introduction, so you'll get to know what she does there. Becki Perry, or Becki, is the director of the Worcester Institute for Senior Education, having joined Assumption University now, isn't it? In September 2024, as an alum, she received her master's in business administration in 2003 while employed at Bose. I've heard that word a lot through the years. Bose Corporation in Framingham, Massachusetts. Her career there spanned 30 years. You don't look that old, Becki.
Oh, thank you.
Great. In a leadership role, or leadership roles in marketing, communications, operations, and program management. It sounds like you were busy.
Absolutely.
You were really busy.
Yes.
Well, she made a career change, seeking a meaningful position with higher education. That's what WISE is, of course. In her role as director, Becki is responsible for the lifelong learning program. And she meets the needs of 250 members. Is that your latest
Yes.
count?
Correct.
Oh, boy. Across the greater Worcester area and beyond, while upholding the intrinsic values held by Assumption University. It's a wonderful school. Yes, I've been there. Could you give us a little bit of a history? Anything you want to tell us about WISE?
Sure, absolutely. So as you said, WISE stands for the Worcester Institute for Senior Education. It is an institute centered at Assumption University. And having been there for 32 years now, it's well established. Yeah. And essentially, we exist to bring lifelong learning to seniors, to retirees. And I also like to say that we have really no age designation. If you consider yourself a senior, you know, whether
that's one of my questions.
Yeah, whether that is 55, 65, 75, 85, you know, we don't check IDs, we say. So, so if you're interested in keeping your learning going, then WISE is probably for you.
Wow, it really is exciting because I've been part of that for a while, and I'm really glad that I've had that experience through the years. Why your interest in such a change from what you were doing before?
Well, you know, I, as you read, I was at Bose for nearly 30 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
It is. And I mean, I'll just say that they're amazing. And I had an incredible career there, very rewarding, amazing people, amazing work.
Wow.
And I just had an opportunity to, you know, kind of enter the last phase of my career and really think about what do I want to do with that. And I've always wanted to be within an education-focused arena. It's just always interested me. And just for the love of learning. So I kind of explored that a little bit. And this opportunity came my way. That WISE was looking for a new director. This was back at the end of last summer.
Okay.
And I said, you know, why not? This is, if not now, when, right? So I inquired about the position, ultimately was hired, and here we are. And I have to say, it's been incredibly rewarding, not only to be part of WISE, which is an amazing program, which we'll talk about, but even just being on a campus. You know, being part
of... It's a nice setting up there, isn't it?
It's beautiful,
yeah.
and being around, again, all of that learning, and the students and the faculty, it's really been a very rewarding change for me.
And you have a recreation center there, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they have everything. I mean, you know, the library, yes, the recreation center, all the athletic fields, student center, you know, everything. And amazingly, if... we do have folks who are interested in WISE. They also get to enjoy all of those campus facilities as part of the WISE program.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
It's really amazing. Now, there's something I wanted to ask you. The acronyms, WISE, Is this the only place where WISE is, or have you opened other WISE programs?
So WISE is exclusive to
That's
this
what I-
campus, yes.
that's
So
what
it
I-
is the Worcester Institute for Senior Education, so it is just the one program. Now, I can't say for sure if there are other lifelong learning programs out there across the country that might have a similar acronym, but we were lucky because it starts with Worcester. And we
Okay.
have an owl as our logo, which is very
Yes, I
appropriate.
like that,
So, but as far as I know, we're the only one in the Worcester immediate area.
Okay, now give us an example of your courses and clubs. We want to talk about the clubs too.
Yes. So the courses, which is really the core of our program, they are academic in nature. And I make that distinction because there certainly are many wonderful programs out there for seniors, right? I mean, right here we have the Senior Center that offers all kinds of different activities, and across the Worcester community, all of our towns have those types of programs. Many of them do, whether it's
Yes.
yoga and crafts and things like that. But that's not what WISE is about. WISE is about coursework that is similar to what you might have studied in college. But I don't say that to intimidate anyone because it's very approachable. But they are academic in nature. So, for example, we offer courses in history, we offer courses in art, literature, music, science, technology. So, and they're taught by incredible instructors.
Yes.
So we have retired professors from not only the Worcester community, but beyond. We have one retired professor who actually teaches a course online for us, and she's out of Canada. So we
Wow.
have some amazing instructors, and they're not just retired professors. Some of them are retired professionals. So much like myself, they might have had a long career in a particular area, particular sector, and they
Yeah.
bring that knowledge to our
They
program.
really know their subject. It's so
Absolutely.
It's wonderful to be.
Yes.
So there are no marks or anything like that.
No grades, no quizzes, no pressure is what we like to say.
About how many courses are offered for each term, and explain the terms, how long
Yes.
they run, and so forth. And
So our academic year is very standard. So it starts in the fall. So we have a fall semester and we have a spring semester. So we
Okay.
just ended in May our spring semester. And each of those semesters is divided into 2 5-week segments. So this coming fall, we'll have session A, which will be from September to early October, the first 5 weeks. Then we have a little break, and then we'll do another 5-week session for the fall. So the courses, for example, if it's a history course, it'll meet once a week for 5 weeks. They're generally about 90-minute classes, and we offer classes both on campus at Assumption, and then we have some that are online, which we do over Zoom.
wonderful.
Yes.
That is just wonderful. What about cost for this?
The cost of the program. So unlike what you might think of as a traditional tuition-based program, WISE is membership-based. So folks
Okay.
pay a membership fee for either the full year, which would get you the fall and the spring, and sometimes we have summer courses even, or a half year, which would be fall or spring.
Okay.
It's $365 for the full year, essentially $1 a day. And then half of that, or $185 for either the fall or the spring. And the great thing about it is when you pay that fee, you get all the classes. So you could take one if there's only one that interests you, or you could take up to probably 13 or 14 each session. And last year, through the whole year, we had a total of 58 classes. So for that fee, right? So that's amazing, really. And I know we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but there's all kinds of other benefits that come with a WISE membership as well.
All right. Well, I want to make sure you talk about it because it
Yes.
sounds interesting. Do you take trips? Do you visit museums and things like that?
So it's really dependent upon the coursework. So we have some courses actually will take place at a location in the Worcester area. So I know in the past, for example, we've done a course at the Worcester Art Museum. A couple years ago, I think they did something at the Hanover Theater in Worcester. This past February, one of our classes was held at the American Antiquarian Society, which is just down the street from Assumption.
Yeah.
Very, very popular. What an amazing place. I got to visit it when they had that course. So we do that. And then on occasion, we will also have special trips for our members. So just kind of an added, like a little field trip, kind of on the side type thing. And that's one of the things that WISE offers, is plenty of opportunity for community and socialization. Again, as a WISE member, you would be invited to join one of a couple of book clubs. We have a nonfiction book club, we have a fiction book club, we have a movie club that meets every month on campus. They run a movie, whether it's a current movie or something of interest to our members. And this is all free, included with the price of your membership. We have what we call special interest groups. We have two right now. One is on the topic of the Supreme Court, and one is on the topic of artificial intelligence.
Timely.
So these are very
timely.
current and timely events. Yeah. So there was enough interest amongst our membership that they said, let's get together and have a discussion group. And so they meet once a month about those topics. And one thing I should mention, which is very special and unique, I believe, about the WISE program, is it is considered a member-driven program. And what I mean by that is that the members themselves volunteer to help run WISE. So WISE is run by a number of committees. So for example, we have a curriculum committee. That group of 10 or 12 individuals gets together and they decide, well, what's going to be on our schedule in the fall. They reach out to instructors, they get proposals on courses, decide which ones they're going to run, and what the schedule is going to be. I have another committee that's for membership, growing membership. Let's do some, recruitment events. Let's get people, grow our membership. So, and that's all volunteer-based, and it's run by the members. I'm just there, really, to be the conduit between the committees that run the program and Assumption, to make sure the program has the resources it needs, the classrooms, and the other technology and everything else that
So you coordinate.
I do.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It is, but it's wonderful and it's very rewarding.
Do you do any traveling, say overseas or anything like that? Or is everything right at Assumption?
Essentially everything is at Assumption, although I would add, what's great about it is it opens the doors to things like that. So I'm glad you mentioned it, because we had a course this past spring taught by a new instructor who did a class about Darwin's journey to the Galapagos, a 5-week course. It was very popular. Everybody enjoyed it very much. This same instructor is actually heading up a trip that he was planning in, I think it's sometime later, it might be early next year. And he extended the invitation to the WISE members, say, hey, if anybody wants to join me on this trip, I'm coordinating it. And so a couple of our members ended up signing up to go on that journey. So, like I said, it's the community that's really strong within WISE, and it opens all kinds of doors for our seniors.
Now, if someone is interested in joining, what do they do first?
So I would encourage them to first go to our website, which is AssumptionWise.org.
Okay.
So all one word, AssumptionWise.org. And everything that I just talked about and more is there. If you are interested in joining, you'll see right from that homepage there's a link that you can join or renew for our members that are going to renew their memberships. And we actually just started our new year. So if people are interested and want to already start joining and anticipate the fall, they can do so. And then we will publish our fall course catalog and schedule a little later this summer. So we're in the process.
I remember those, yes.
Yes, we're in the process right now, as I mentioned, of getting all those proposals from instructors, deciding what's going to be on the schedule. So it'll probably be about another 4 weeks away before we're ready to publish it, but then we'll know exactly what the schedule will be. Then folks can register for classes if they're a member.
Are all the instructors members of WISE?
Not all of them, but quite a few of them are. So many are both instructors and members. Others are just instructors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's new on the horizon? What are you thinking about for the future? Or do you just have too much to deal with right now? Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, there's always something to think about.
Coming up.
No, really, and and again, I have to point back to our members because that's where all the great ideas come from. So as an example, I'll just talk about our curriculum for a moment. A couple of the folks on that committee said, I'd really like us to get back to some of what WISE was founded on, which is peer-to-peer learning. So this idea of not only tapping into, some fabulous professors, but getting more of those folks that maybe just have education in a certain area, knowledge in a certain area,
Sure.
expertise to share with each other. And we're talking about doing maybe some panel type courses instead of just straight lecture. We're talking about doing maybe a salon where people can get together once a week and talk about what they've learned and share experiences. So there are always things like that kind of, on the horizon and that we can kind of think about, oh gee, maybe we can do something new. So, that's one of the things I love about it. And the members are often coming to me and saying, hey, what do you think of this? I said, listen, I'm up for anything. If we think our members would be interested in it and we can physically figure out how to make it happen, let's do it. Why not try it? And that's
exciting.
It is. That's how
Yeah.
innovation happens and new ideas
Sure.
and things. So
Just so excited about it because I know a little bit about it, so
Yeah.
I was there. Do you have any non-traditional students, going to college at Assumption?
Say a little bit more about that.
I was 60 years old when I graduated from college.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering. This was just a little aside. It doesn't
Yeah.
really have much
Oh no.
to do
So
with
so
what
again,
we're talking. But
of course, WISE is again non-credit, non-degree, but Assumption University itself does offer continuous learning through their graduate and professional studies
do.
school. Yeah, absolutely.
wow.
Yes.
This is great.
I mean, that's how I got my MBA there. I mean, it was quite a while ago.
You did.
But I was an older learner, we'll say, when I got my MBA.
You look so young. How could you be in?
Well, it wasn't right. I wasn't in my 20s. We'll say that. So,
okay.
So yeah.
So I'm just hoping that a lot of people will learn about this, want to join, and I would still have a few minutes. Is
Sure.
there anything else you'd like to add on? I know we've covered quite a bit today. But
Well, I think I mentioned, but again, it's maybe worth saying,
yeah.
that there are all kinds of, like I said, bonuses that kind of come with being a member of WISE. It is a very strong community, and I think a lot of our members enjoy what Assumption University has to offer on campus.
Sure.
So they're essentially considered the same as an undergraduate student on campus in that they get to access all of the Assumption buildings and amenities that are offered there, whether it's the Assumption Library, the Rec Center. Assumption itself, of course, has all kinds of different calendars of events, whether it's the sporting events that they offer on campus, a lot of arts and humanities, so concerts, jazz concerts, there are spring concerts, there are holiday concerts, and our WISE members can go to any of those things completely free of charge.
And there were lectures too. Lectures.
So once in a while there are lectures on special topics that
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep, we
Yeah.
offer them both at WISE. We offer something that we call brown bag lunches every couple of months. We'll do, people will bring their bagged lunch, and we have a lecturer that comes in and talks about a specific topic for an hour or so. And then Assumption themselves, absolutely. There are other things that they offer, lectures on, literature, art, all kinds of things. So
Wow.
really, there's really too much to do, I would say, And the other thing I would like to stress is the option for online classes that we offer. So as I mentioned, we have classes, some that are on campus and then some that are online. And the online classes are really an amazing opportunity for folks that either are not mobile for some reason, whether they're
good idea.
physically
Yes.
unable to travel, or perhaps they're just a little too far from the campus and like, oh gosh, I don't want to travel, a half an hour to get to Worcester. Well, we offer, as I mentioned, at least a third of our classes each session are online. One of our most popular classes and instructors, as a matter of fact, her classes are all online. She's an art history instructor, amazing. She regularly has over 100 people register for her classes online. And the other benefit to the online classes is you can get on and you can take the class when it's happening and see everybody else, or guess what? It's recorded.
Technology.
And you can take it at your leisure. You can watch it later. So even if you miss a class, let's say it's at 10 a.m. on Tuesdays, oh gosh, I have a doctor's appointment this week. Well, guess what? You can watch it later that evening or up to 30 days after the class has happened. And honestly, our members love the fact that we offer online classes as well.
And as far as outreach, you've mentioned it a little bit. Tell me more about how you reach people to let them know about WISE.
Well,
I know there's a few things that you do.
there are quite a few things, but I have to say the number one way we get new members is through word of mouth. It's funny because, as I mentioned, I got my MBA at Assumption 20 plus years ago, but I had not heard of WISE, yet they were there at the time. Even when I heard about the position, I had not heard of WISE. So the members kind of joke that it's the best kept secret in Worcester, but we want to change that. That's one of my goals, is to really change that. Because, as I said, word of mouth, members mention it, and inevitably they get their friends, family, colleagues to join, and honestly, that's how we get probably 70 to 80% of our members is through word of mouth. But yes, as you mentioned, I'm doing what I can to change that. Programs such as this are amazing.
We hope it helps, yes.
And it's so great that you reached out to me. I regularly talk to senior centers. I was actually just down here, down the street, about a month ago, talking to the Westboro Senior Center about WISE. So I can come to any senior center and talk about it and tell them about the program. And in particular, I like to talk to any plus 55 communities as well, because we actually also have a program that we can offer an organization such as an assisted living or an independent living company to purchase a WISE program, and they could actually show the WISE Zoom courses at their own location. So if there is an interest in that, absolutely, I just encourage folks to reach out to me, whether you're a program director or, a community outreach person, let me know. I'm happy to talk about WISE.
Excuse me. We did have someone come to ours, yeah. And that was a couple of months ago, and that's what reminded me to call you, actually. Just quickly.
Yes.
Age range.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? What do you do about that?
We will take anybody. We don't check IDs. We like to say that. But essentially, the majority of our members right now are 70 plus, but we do have some that are kind of the 60 plus range. And again, we're not going to turn anyone away. If they're interested in lifelong learning, they should join us. And I have several members that are in their 90s. They are so vibrant and amazing, wonderful people to talk to. I'm amazed every day at the caliber of our members. It's really it's really a great community.
A wonderful program. Please look into it.
Yes.
And I
yes.
want to thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
And I
It's
think I'm
lovely
going to
to
be
meet you.
seeing you anyway
Oh, I would love that.
because of my interest. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much.
We'll have you come again.
All right.
Okay, my dear.
Thank you.
Bye for now. See you next time. Bye-bye.